but I'll be on it always, always and forever.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I have missed y'all. I have not done a sit down video in quite some time, but your girl is back and I got some good stuff in store for y'all. First of all, before we get deep into the video, let me just reintroduce myself. I have quite a bit of new followers here. I just want to give y'all a little backstory of who I am, because you might be just checking me out for the first time. So I am Antoinette. I am a mother, an author, a creator, full-time entrepreneur, a student, a woman of God. Ooh, I am what I like to call sometimes a Jane of all trades. I'm multi-talented, multifaceted, and I am just an imperfect woman living in an imperfect world who is not afraid to share her life journey in order to help somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see everybody become the very best versions of themselves. If I gotta put my little tea out there, my little, business out there to do it, then so be it. I am single. I have 3 children. I had 3 children by the time I was 23, if I'm not mistaken. And then I met my husband shortly after I had my last kid. We got married a year later. I was married for 5 years, then divorced, and now I've been single for like 5 years. Also, this is for everybody now. This part for everybody. If you have not seen already on my socials, I have recently launched something so great, so amazing. Y'all know I stay launching something, but listen, I'm gonna launch all I want to launch, because why not? But this for real, this right here is gonna be life changing. I have launched becoming sessions that are on my Patreon. I'll be doing 2 a month, but basically these sessions are us coming together on live, imperfect people who got goals and dreams and a purpose, and for people who might not know like how to navigate that, how to navigate things like the way you talk to yourself and see yourself, aligning with your purpose, just all the things that you think about on a daily basis but you put on the back burner, and then you rethink about it the next day and put it on the back burner and never actively work towards it. Yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing, becoming the best versions of ourselves together. I have everything lined up. It's gonna be great. I am praying that it'll turn out like even better than expected. But March the 14th at 7 p.m. If you are not on my Patreon already, go ahead and subscribe. I'll put everything in the description so you won't miss a beat, okay? Let's get into today's video. Something popped in my head today, y'all, and you might can relate, but I heard it so like clear. Are you actively working on becoming the very best version of yourself, the woman that God called you to be? Or are you putting your purpose on the back burner and just going with the flow and allowing the days to pass you by? Cause what you mean? I feel attacked, like in the best way though. Like, God, what you put it in my head for? Cause I feel kind of attacked. But it is so true, y'all. For those who know, and if you don't know, I am just an intentional person. I'm big on being an intentional mother, an intentional woman. Just my life, I live it intentionally, okay? And I am one who does have goals and dreams, and who sometimes feel like I am just going through the motions, just going through life. People say dilly-dallying, but I guess it is the proper word. Just going through with I know my purpose, but then the actions don't always line up, if that makes sense. The steps I take are not always in the direction towards my purpose. So when I heard that word today, I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely got to record. I definitely got to share this. And this is not what I had planned to record. I got some other stuff I'm going to share with y'all. But I had to just say this. But ask yourself that question. And then if you are the person who is just allowing the days to go by and just putting stuff on the back burner, like, why is that? Another thing that came to mind, maybe you do it because the steps that you have to take to get towards your purpose seem hard. The steps that it takes to get towards your purpose, to walk towards your purpose, to become the woman that you were called to be seem hard. Maybe you are comfortable in the space that you are in. You're not happy, but you're comfortable because you know what to expect in that space already. And that's why you continue to put everything else on the back burner. I feel like that was put on my heart and in my mind for a reason, because like I said, and it's so crazy how things tie into each other, because I just told y'all that I just launched these becoming sessions and I got everything planned out for that. That word popped in my head today. I'm just like, it reminded me, or I guess let me know that I am on the right path to doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Not perfect. As a creator, I show up, I do the mini vlogs, I show y'all my little routine and things like that, but what's in my heart, y'all, for real, to share are my words. Like, I definitely believe I have the gift of inspiration, and I have a voice for a reason. I have a testimony, I have stories, I have so much to share, and I just feel like I have been putting myself in this box and kind of like doing what everybody else is doing in a sense, but not really intentionally trying to do that. I need to be talking to y'all. I don't need to be showing y'all what I have for breakfast all the time. I need to be sharing my testimony with y'all That's gonna help y'all become the best version of yourselves. That's a part of what I was called to do, to help you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, like I said, that wasn't what was planned to discuss today, but I just had to share that with y'all because, baby, we are on this journey together, whether you believe it or not. We are here together. I see a lot of things that other people talk about in podcasts and vlogs and things like that that inspire me. Then when I show up here, it's like this is my time to pour into other people. And me pouring into you is not just showing you like the basic regular stuff that everybody is showing, which is no hate to that, because y'all might still get a little routine from me here and there, but this right here, this is my focus. This is kind of off subject, but it's kind of getting into what I was initially gonna talk about today. Just a few things, because y'all know I'm in a season of like rebuilding my life before 40, and I only say before 40 because that's just a time frame that I set for certain goals. But God gonna do what he want to do, and I'm okay with it. He gonna align things as quick or as slow as he want, and I'm totally okay with it. But my kind of like theme for this season is rebuilding my life before 40 or by 40. I have really stripped down everything from like, I just stripped down to the bare bones. Everything, all of me, everything that was going on last season or last year or whatever has really been taken away. And I'm just coming as a brand new person, as a brand new, soul on this journey or whatever. And it has been very interesting, I'll say. So y'all know that we were just in a skoolie last year. I had big dreams on doing skoolie life, traveling, be out here, be free. Because I am what some may say a free spirit. Like, I do have some traditional values sprinkled here and there, but in real life, I am a free spirit. I just want to be free. I don't know where they come from. Maybe, when I reconnect with a therapist, they can let me know. But I like to just move around and just be and do life how I choose to do it, and not be on this like set in stone traditional path. Now, I have been on a more traditional path because my children, I think they like more traditional, a traditional life. So I'm a mom, of course I gotta have some kind of balance between everybody, kind of have a balance. And a lot of times it comes with putting me and what I want or what I desire on the back burner sometimes now, but that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother day. But anyway, we were on a skoolie, and I've had questions on my social media about like, where's the bus? You still have the bus? I have done like vlogs, just kind of touching here or there on the bus, like we just not on the journey anymore. But for those who may have missed it, we are no longer on the bus journey anymore. We still have our bus, we still own her, still love her, miss her dearly, but that part of the journey is completely done with. And I'll insert some pictures because this is something I haven't shared. It's my first time sharing, but a tree fell on our girl. Now, that's not why we're not on her anymore. We have been moved out, but where she is located, a tree fell on her. So we are in the process of figuring out like what our next steps are with her at this point. Like, we've been done with the journey, but now do we keep her and fix her? Do we sell her? It's a lot of different things that we have talked about as far as Luna goes, but that part of the journey is over with. I know the people, especially on TikTok, y'all love to see the bus. Y'all were there for the bus. I still have new people following me every day to see the bus because I know my pinned posts are of the bus. But y'all, right now, that's not what we got going on. We are in a traditional home. Like I said, don't know how long we will be here, how long God will have us in this space, but this is where we are now. It was kind of sad, like bittersweet to let go, but things have been okay. It's been nice having our own like space, because it can get crazy when you live in a small space, okay? Everybody's just, wants, needs, thoughts, feelings, especially with teens. Yeah, so their part of the journey is over with. We are in a traditional home, and I am back in school. I know that I have shared a couple shorts on me being a student, and I don't even think I told y'all I was trying to get back in school, but it be a lot. My school journey began years ago. Like, I was working like at McDonald's for the first time. I was fresh. I had a baby. I had my baby at 15, my first kid. So I already had a kid. And I was working at McDonald's, I think, or working somewhere and trying to go to the community college. But it just felt like a lot. It just did. And over the years, I've tried and then I stopped. It was always something that I allowed to get in the way, get in my space. I've been on academic probation. A lot of times I just stopped going. I just didn't enroll, just stopped going. This time around, I just completed my first semester, which I'm so excited and so happy about, going full time, no stopping, no allowing life to life and, you know, throw me off my game. I can't speak for future semesters what life gonna be like then, but right now I'm just proud of myself and thankful to God for giving me the just all the tools and stuff you need to finish school or to go to school, because baby, that feel like a whole full-time job. Okay, I finished my first semester. I have been trying to get my transcript released for probably it was like several years, trying to negotiate and just figure out, because I did have an old balance at my previous college. And I'm like, baby, I just don't have it. Like, I'm trying to go to school to better my life, to, at the time, I'm like, you know, advance my career so I can have a better job to be able to pay for different things I need to pay for. Because the little jobs I was getting at the time, that was decent paying, but baby, I'm still robbing Peter to pay Paul. And I just am not a person who desires to live like that. So now I am back in school. It is not necessarily for a specific career. Like, my career is entrepreneurship. Bottom line, it's entrepreneurship. Now, by me being in school, like, yes, I am gaining knowledge. I am going for a specific degree. And if the Lord, you know, sees fit that I need to go into a career pertaining to this degree, then that's just what it is. I will have the skills and the knowledge and be able to apply for jobs where I can make a coin, you know, a bigger coin, I'll say. My goal is entrepreneurship, and I am learning so much just being in school about being an entrepreneur, but I'm not going for nothing entrepreneur related necessarily. But I've been learning so much and just enjoying my time as a student. It was tricky because it's like, now I'm pushing 40 and I'm a full-time student. Like, do I work full-time too? Do I, you know, like, which route do I take? I have been a person who has worked 2 jobs before in my life. I don't want to have a grind life. I do work hard. I don't work a traditional job. I do work hard, but I'm not a person who wants to, like, just grind all the time. I want a semi-slow life. I like being busy. I do feel like I thrive in chaos sometimes. I don't know where that come from. Maybe because I've always had to do it. But I don't want to, you know, I don't want to do too much. I just don't. Right now, my focus is full-time entrepreneurship and full-time with school. Before I even went to school, I was applying to jobs for months and months and months and months. Jobs I was qualified for, redoing my resume, revamping, just doing all the things, and nothing ever came through. Which it might sound like that sound crazy, but baby, when God, that ain't what He had for me. And I think that's something that I had to realize, and that other people still need to realize.
Can I have a word? Do you know where my them highlighters that was in my room? I had 2 highlighters in my room. It is.
I'm actually keep all this audio in here.
Keep it.
I am.
Okay. Because I'm telling you it's fine.
It's not yours.
It is, and I'm telling you it is.
Okay.
Okay.
So everybody gonna see. No. Everybody. Okay, that kind of ties into what the heck I even do as an entrepreneur, right? So aside from trying to grow my YouTube, I also am an author and journal creator. So I create journals, or what I call safe space tools, for people to reconnect with God, to help them on the journey of becoming the best version of themselves, or to align or realign with their purpose. In that space, and just being a creator in general, is like, some days it's super challenging because I don't want to just be out here like, oh, I create and sell journals. Like, that's not what it is. For me, it's so much more than just, oh, buy my journal and I want to get the profit from it. Yes, I want my coins. Yes, I need my coins. Okay, so let me just make that clear, because again, my bestie, she be thinking like, I don't want my coins. She just like, I know you are more purpose driven, but girl, I know you want your money too. Yes, I do want my money, but my whole like reason for creating is not just because I want some money and it don't matter like what I create. I'm super intentional with how I create journals and why I create journals. I've been writing for quite some time now. Before I even got introduced to journaling or personal development or anything like that, I've done it for a long time. And at the time, I didn't realize like that's really what I was doing. I'm just writing poems and stuff, but they were about my life. They were like me releasing. They were therapy sessions for me. I didn't even realize. I feel like that, along with just me staying connected with God, or trying my best to stay connected with God, were the 2 things that helped me from crashing out, I guess, like when life was life, and when I was dealing with traumatic situations and things that you shouldn't have to experience at such a young age. And for me, that's very therapeutic. Even as a young woman, as a young girl, it was therapeutic. As a grown woman who was still dealing with life and motherhood and in society and my own thoughts, my own opinions about myself and other people's opinions, and just everything that comes with adulthood and womanhood and motherhood. I need something that is positive therapy for me, because in the past my therapy or things I've done to make myself feel better or release, I guess, were not healthy. I've had unhealthy habits to cope. That's the word I'm looking for, to cope with certain things. Now my coping is my connection with God, but it's not only just me saying a traditional prayer. I journal, I write letters. I definitely, we pray in the shower, we pray when we on the way to different places and things like that. But literally, my journals are my letters to God. It's my release, it's my reconnection, it's my therapy. And I know I'm not the only one who can benefit from that. So yes, when people buy my journals, I do want my coin. But I do want to create those safe space tools, and I do create those safe space tools for people who can relate, who may need a space to release. Now, I'm not saying you don't need a therapist, or you do, you don't. I'm not saying that, because people have their own thoughts about that. Because I do think therapy is good as well. But sometimes people need a starting point. And what is that starting point? Sometimes talking to your friend or talking to your family, it's just not always the best thing. I am navigating the space of being a journal business owner and what that looks like, because it's a space I haven't really navigated. I have, in the sense that my journals are on Amazon. I recently reopened my Etsy shop, they're on TikTok shop, things like that. But I'm trying to put some more intentionality behind it. For those who don't know, I have letters to my Becoming journal. This is just a sample, but it's tied to a letter exchange. So when you order your journal, you not only get an encouraging letter from a stranger, but you are prompted to send an encouraging letter back to go into the next journal. Like, everything that's in the package is what you need to know on how to actually join the letter exchange. But for me, that's something that's intentional. So it's not just like, oh, I'm buying a journal and I hope I like it and I'm gonna be done with it, and then that's what it is. But even with these prompts, they are super intentional. Like, this one is, write a letter to the part of you that feels unseen. And then they each have a quote. This one is, even when no one claps, your growth is real. So I love it. And I actually have not started this journal yet myself, because I'm still working on my other journal, which is, so this is the one that I'm still working on. I created this journal, Evolve Reflections Journal, as well as Evolve 2026 Weekly Planner. Right before 2026, I had an idea and I just went with it. So these things, right, these two things here have been helping me get my life together. I'm actually almost done. I wasted juice on this, so it's a little raggedy, but yes, that is what I have been using to get my life together. And I also have about 10 journals, y'all, but from mom to me, this is a planner for rediscovering yourself beyond motherhood. And let me just read one page of this for y'all, because this was super intentional for me as well, because a lot of times with motherhood, we do get lost in just being a mother and that's it. And there's so much more to us than that. So one of the very first pages that is in the journal says, the title is Rediscovering Your True Self. It says, Dear Mom, you are so much more than just a mother. You are a woman with dreams, passions, talents, and a unique purpose. But sometimes motherhood takes so much of your attention, your energy, and your time that it can feel like you lose touch with who you were before children and who you still are deep inside. It's easy to get caught up in the endless cycle of caring for your children, tending to your home, supporting your spouse, and managing everything that comes with running a household. You pour so much of yourself into these roles, and it can feel like there's little left for you. But in doing so, you might forget the importance of nurturing yourself, of taking care of your own mind, body, and soul. This journal is here to help you reconnect with who you are beyond your role as a mother. It's a gentle reminder that you deserve time, space, and love just as much as anyone else in your family. You are a whole, incredible person, and you deserve to feel that way. The purpose of this journal is not just to guide you through reflection, but to give you the tools to rediscover your passions, your joy, and your inner peace. Baby, when I tell y'all, I had y'all in mind, okay? I had me in mind, and I had y'all in mind, because I know how it is to just put you on the back burner. You always like, oh, you go in the store and it's like, oh, well, I like this, but now the kids can use some shoes, or the kids can use this, or the kids can use that. You put getting your hair done off, your nails done, hanging out with your friend, buying yourself a little $10 dress, anything, you always put it off because you put the kids' needs first. And most of the time, they don't even need nothing new. They don't need nothing, but we tend to do that. So back to what I was saying, my journals were created with intentionality. Now I do have like some plain blank journals, like this one. This one is all used up, that's why I look a little beat up. But this one is a plain journal, but it's still intentional. This is your space to do what you want to do with it. If you want to write your letters to God, write it. You want to plan your day, plan it. Same way with this one. This is Prioritizing Me Daily Journal. But anywho, I am navigating the space of growing as a journal creator, and sometimes it does get tricky and discouraging because it's like a big old competition. And in reality, I'm not competing with anyone. There are several people who have several journals that they create. You know, I bought journals from other places and stuff before I started creating, so it's not to be in competition because we all can win, we all can eat. My journals will forever be different because nobody has a mind like me. Nobody is creating with the type of intentionality that I have. So I'm in my own lane. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my own lane. But just navigating that space because it's a situation where, like, I can tell y'all all day I have great journals, you're gonna love them, but it's your decision to purchase it and to see if you like it. But if it's like everybody kind of waiting on the next person to purchase. As a human, sometimes you be a little salty, like, bro, why y'all not buying? Y'all see me on here, y'all say y'all buy with me, why you not buying? That's me as a human, but I have to think about it as a whole, and I don't want to be in that space. I have been in that space sometimes. I go in that space sometimes here or there. That's part of me working on my personal development and my spiritual development, because I'm not trying to sit here and be angry because nobody purchasing, or mad because, or sad or discouraged or worried nobody ever gonna support. That's not what I need to be focused on. My focus should be on continuing to show up for myself, for my business, regardless of if I get a sale today, no sales today, no sales all month. That's not my concern. Like, I know that God gonna handle all that stuff. He gonna handle the stuff on the back end. He is just giving me the tools and knowledge to continue taking the necessary steps to be who he has called me to be. And a part of who he has called me to be is a person of inspiration, a person who creates these safe space tools, because I'm telling y'all, they come to me so vividly, and so it's so easy. Like, I can create a journal in, like, right now. If it's an idea in my head, I'm like, oh, somebody can use this. Somebody's going through this particular thing. Like, yes, I think that'd be a dope idea for a journal. And I know it's not by coincidence. I know it's all part of God's plan for my life. Also, I recently reconnected with my health and wellness journey. It's kind of like I never fell off, but I still reconnected in a sense, because I started my journey probably like 2019, 2020. I started with Herbalife, got in that thing, loved it, did it for quite some time, and then along the way I just stopped doing it. I just stopped. And I recently reconnected, and I love it here. Like, people got their own different things that they do. You know, I can't say what the future will hold, but right now I'm just back in the space that I enjoyed. I enjoyed the products. I enjoyed how I felt like using them. I enjoyed the taste. I enjoyed the community, like all the things about it. And I'm just excited to be back. I'm back coaching. I'm back on my personal journey. And I don't know, I'll be sharing about that on my socials. So if you do follow me on Instagram at Faith Family Fitness, but I'll put it out in the description and probably on the screen somewhere, then you can see my journey over there. So if you are interested, then just send me a message over there. We could talk about it over there. So all of these things that I have going on, they are all a part of me rebuilding my life by age 40. Everything plays a part. Everything has a specific space, and I just want to encourage you to keep going. I feel like we count ourselves out, and it's like, girl, why are you doing it? Like, God still got you on a list to go this direction, but why you count yourself out? You say, well, it's too late for me, or I'm too this, or I don't have enough that, or I'm too that. But it's like, why? You still alive. Why would you not continue to go towards the direction that you feel like God called you, or the direction you want to go? Because, I mean, you still alive. I don't understand. Until I'm dead, I'm never going to stop. I know people see me, and sometimes it might seem like I'm all over the place on the internet, always trying new stuff or revamping and a new business, got this, got that, but I'm not embarrassed to keep trying. I'm not embarrassed to keep on showing up even when nothing is happening. Like, I'm just not. If I feel like I need to shift something, I'm going to shift it. If I need to revamp, if I need to throw some away and then start something new, I'm going to do it. This is my season of coming into alignment. I feel like I've been in the season for quite some time. It's not always pretty and just like, you know, glamorous. And no, it is the jungle out here, okay? It's a struggle. But why would I stop? Like, I'm alive. Why would I stop, you know, just this alignment process of this whole alignment process? Why? I'm here for a reason. You are here for a reason. You have a purpose. I have a purpose. We have things to do. God not just waking you up for the heck of it. He not just like, you know what, I'm bored. Let me wake Cassidy up. Let me wake Cassandra up. Let me wake Antoinette up. Let me wake Lindsay up. Let me wake Keisha up. Let me wake Tammy up. He not. So I hope this video was encouraging to you. I did want to share a little bit of what I had going on, kind of like a recap of my life, and just bring y'all in a little bit, okay? Bring y'all in a little bit and share some encouraging words, because again, that is part of what my purpose is. I know it get hard. I know it get frustrating. You be frustrated with yourself. You be frustrated with your friends and family who like don't believe in you sometimes. You just be frustrated because you want to be at a certain space in your life so bad. Like, I want to arrive right now. I want to be there already. I'm tired of living check to check. I'm tired of feeling like I'm just going through the motions. I'm tired of feeling like I'm just here for no reason. Like, I get it. I promise you I get it. Every day for me, that's why I'm so big on like personal and spiritual development, because I know how I get. And if you're not continuously working on your mind and working on your spirit, that's just like working on your body. Like, if you are not continuously working on those things, something gonna come in. The enemy gonna come in and try to like throw you off your game. God might come and test you. Like, something always gonna be going on. So those are things that you need to be intentionally working towards. That's the whole point of me creating these becoming sessions, because I know that. Like, that's one thing that I have mastered, and I want to share that with y'all. I want to bring y'all in on that part, so hopefully that'll help you align with, you know, doing what you need to be doing in this life. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope y'all gained some sort of inspiration from it. I hope that we can continue to have these conversations. Please let me know if y'all like these kind of videos, and I promise you I'm gonna show up and do more. I'll be trying to ask y'all what y'all want to see, but y'all don't be talking to me though, okay? Y'all don't be talking to me, so let me know. Like, I am not afraid to read comments or hear y'all out, or, you know, if it's something that you want me to touch base on, let me know. If you don't want to comment on my YouTube, follow me on all my socials and just send me a DM, send me a message, and let's just have more conversations like this, because we all need some love, some positivity, some encouragement, just to get through our life, this earthly life journey. So I love y'all. If you have not already, give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.
But I'll be on it always, always.